Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is AzN3AlK0. This video, I'm bringing you guys a special review on the secretly released SR-2 Veresk, whatever. Anyways, this is a Russian submachine gun, and the Combat Arms decided to patch it in secretly, apparently, according to the Combat Arms wiki, on May 22nd. And now they officially released it on today, on the June 6th, 2014 patch. So now it is available for everyone for permanent purchase at 24,900 NX. There's no special sale for this one this time around, so fortunately you can't get a discount on it, as far as I know, not right now anyway. But the SR-2 Veresk is now available for purchase. So this submachine gun is actually very interesting in that this is kind of like the PP2000, the NX Rare submachine gun, where it only has a 20-round magazine. Now, normally you don't really think of this as like very good, because obviously 20-round magazines aren't really that optimal, because they, for a submachine gun, this submachine gun also has 90 rate of fire, which is like basically every other NX Rare or some standard submachine gun out there nowadays. So having a 20-round magazine is very detrimental in terms of how many times you need to reload. But in exchange for this, it actually has a very high damage, and couple that with the extremely high rate of fire that it already has, the SR-2 Veresk probably has one of the highest DPSs of any submachine gun that exists in Combat Arms. So, just to get the background information out of the way, it is now currently on sale for 29,000 or 24,900 NX, sorry, and it comes with a 20-round magazine, like I said, and 100 rounds in reserve. You can thankfully put magazine modifications to it, so you can put an extended magazine 1 or 2 on it, whichever you prefer. In the gameplay, you'll see that I have the extended mag 2 on it, which is comfortable for me because, 50 more bullets. The rate of fire is, as usual, extremely fast, so having extended mag 2 on it doesn't really do much to the reload speed. Anyway, yeah, it'll slow it down, but it's still really fast compared to other guns that are out there. Now let's head into the statistics of the SR-2 Veresk, and if you guys are annoyed with my Russian accent, don't worry about it. In any case, the damage on the SR-2 Veresk, as I've already mentioned before, is very high at 37. The only other submachine gun family that really competes with this kind of damage is the UMP. Basically, the UMP has the same damage stat as the UMP, and the only other submachine guns out there that are more powerful than this are guns like the UMP-45 or the M249. The submachine gun variant of the M249. Forget what it's called right now, but the M249 looking thing that's supposed to be a submachine gun. So obviously, the damage is really, really high, and that's one of its key strengths, or that's one of the key strengths of the Veresk. The portability, unfortunately, is on the slower side of the submachine gun spectrum. It only has an 81 portability, whereas most other submachine guns that are NX Standard or NX Rare have a really high portability at like 88 or 90. And even a lot of the GP Standard submachine guns and GP Rare submachine guns out there have a faster portability than the SR-2. However, it's a submachine gun, so you don't really need to worry about the portability on this gun too much. I mean, it's a lot better than running around with a really fast assault rifle. Like, the fastest assault rifle out there is like, the Baron CQB or something like that. And even then, it only has like a 70 portability. So even though technically the SR-2 Veresk is on the lower end, like arguably the lowest end of the spectrum of submachine gun portability statistics, it's still really fast. So don't worry about it. Rate of fire, like I mentioned before, is at a very high 90. This is the fastest rate of fire statistic you'll ever see in any single gun in Combat Arms, and it's also shared by a lot of submachine guns out there. The NX Standard, even some GP Standard submachine guns have a 90 rate of fire as well. I'm looking at you. Does the Scorpion have 90 rate of fire? I don't know. I don't remember. But the SR-2 Veresk does. So it can shoot really fast and it can hit really hard. So the combination of 37 damage and 90 rate of fire equals a really, really dangerous and lethal DPS, or damage per second. And the time to kill with the Veresk is correspondingly really, really fast. So you'll be killing people as long as you can aim properly, and as long as all your hits land on your target. Whoever you're shooting at is gonna die really fast. That's all you need to know about this gun. The accuracy on the Veresk is at a 67. Now, normally I don't really pay attention to accuracy on the Veresk or on any submachine in particular, because accuracy is really more important for assault rifles and sniper rifles. But it seems like the SR-2 Veresk is pretty accurate. I haven't really died too much because of the fact that my gun didn't shoot where my target when I had my crosses over. So for now, we'll just say the accuracy is adequate enough for the SR-2. The recoil is at a pretty moderate 65. Now this, I would say this is on the higher end of the spectrum for submachine gun recoil statistics, but just barely. So the SR-2 Veresk does have a little bit of recoil, but statistically speaking, it doesn't have a lot. But the high rate of fire on the Veresk, obviously it has 90, and the fact that it has a very high view kick, or like, you know, recoil kickback, it makes it so that the SR-2 overall has a very high recoil. You'll notice that it tends to, in my experience, it tends to jack up and go immediately straight up to the diagonal right, very, very hard. So that it kind of has that kind of recoil pattern, if you want to think of it that way. So you do need to watch out for the SR-2 Veresk's high recoil pattern, and if you can manage to master that, then you should have no trouble killing people, and you know, just killing people in general. Other notable characteristics that I would like to make about the SR-2 Veresk. The Veresk has an integrated ACOG TA-3, I think it is. However, it's customized so that it's unique to the SR-2, and what I mean by that is that it zooms in with the same amount of zoom as a normal TA-3 ACOG. It's the TA-3 means that the ACOG style is the one that has the two kind of arcs around it, the left one being your HP, the right one being how many rounds you have in your current magazine, so that you know when you're aiming down sights, you can tell how much HP you have, how much ammunition you have in your current magazine really easily without having to look down at your the bottom corner of your screen or wherever your HP lies and your ammunition lies. So it has that kind of a scope, and also it's unique in the fact that it has a kind of a green lens or like a green film over it, and it kind of reminds me, the scope reticule kind of reminds me of the AUG-A1 and the AUG-A1 Black's scopes. If you guys have ever used that assault rifle, or those two assault rifles, and you have aimed down sights with into their sniper rifle scopes, the center dot is exactly like the AUG-A1 and the AUG-A1 Black scopes. So if you guys like that, then I guess you're in for a special treat. Also, it's notable to I should also note that when you aim down sights with the SR-2 Veresk, the recoil, the in-scope recoil is actually very, very low. It only kicks up very, very high because of the fact that it has such a fast rate of fire. And it's actually really, really damn accurate. At mid-range, you should have no problem hitting people through that scope. It just seems like the unique scope on the Veresk is very, very, I guess you could say, synchronized with the SR-2. It just works really, really well with it for whatever reason. So the scope on the SR-2 Veresk is actually very, very useful. And if you need to kill someone at like mid-long, like at longer ranges that's still within the SR-2's effective range, then do not be afraid to use the integrated ACOG scope on the Veresk, because it's actually really, really good, and you should probably check it out. You should probably try using it instead of just spraying all exclusive from the hip. So that's just my recommendation out there, or for those guys who are interested in picking up this gun. Other than that, you can, like I said, you can modify the magazine modifications. I believe you cannot put a suppressor on this, which is unfortunate, but that's just how it is. I personally don't like putting suppressors on my guns anyway, so I don't really care, but maybe there are some of you guys out there who really like putting suppressors on your submachine guns. Other than that, that's really about it for the SR-2 Veresk's characteristics and properties. So overall, my opinion of the submachine gun is that it's actually a really, really good submachine gun. Just the fact that it has 37 damage and 90 rate of fire alone probably makes this gun worthwhile in picking up. Fortunately, there's no real sale going on right now, but fortunately, it is available for NX standard purchase, which, unlike the PP2000, where it was basically like an SR-2 Veresk except a little bit different, that submachine gun was only was NX Rare exclusive, or it still is, and the SR-2 Veresk, on the other hand, is an NX standard, so anyone can pick it up. So my recommendation, my ultimate verdict for now, is that the Veresk is an extremely good submachine gun. It kills people very, very quickly. It's basically like an overpowered UMP with less bullets. Just you trade the 35 round magazine of the UMP for a much higher rate of fire and a much higher DPS and a time to kill. So, or I guess you could say, drastically decreased time to kill, which is better for you. So, yeah, if you guys have ever imagined an overpowered UMP that shoots like crazy, like with the rate of a scorpion, but still has really insane damage of UMP, the SR-2 Veresk is probably the gun for you. And make sure you pick it up quick, because the SR-2 Veresk is a really, really good submachine gun. Nexon is probably going to nerf it within the next month, but for right now, it's a really good submachine gun. That's all you need to know. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching, and hope you guys have enjoyed this review. My name has been AzN3AlK0. This has been a review on the SR-2 Veresk, and hopefully you guys have not been annoyed by my Russian accent and pronouncing the Veresk all this time. We'll see you guys later.